guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be bringing you another nail polish haul, and this haul is from a company called 90 Lacquer. 90 Lacquer is an indie brand, and for those of you who don't know, it was created by Jessica, or Jess from JessFace90 here on YouTube. She created this company about, I'd say sometime last year. I want to say her first collection launched in the fall. I think the Harvest collection was her first collection. Pretty much I've been a fan of this nail polish line since day one. I've purchased every single polish that she's released. I'm pretty much a diehard fan of all of her polishes, but I wanted to bring you guys this live swatch and review so you guys can see for yourselves how the formula of all of her polishes are and kind of the uniqueness of her polishes. I purchased 9 polishes kind of from different little collections or mini collections. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get to the polishes. So the first one is called Patriot, and it's a limited edition polish that she created for the 4th of July. This is described as a holographic silver base with semi-transparent red and blue glitters. It's very, very similar to another polish that she had called Twinkle Lights. Twinkle Lights, I believe, released around Christmas time. This polish took 2 coats to be fully opaque. I did notice that you could very slightly see your nail line with the second coat. So if you really are picky about seeing your nail line, I would suggest doing a 3rd coat, but this is such a holographic polish that you're really not going, there's so much kind of going on, you're really not going to pay attention to that nail line. In my opinion, it covers in 2 coats. This is a gorgeous polish. I am glad that I picked it up. I am going to be wearing this for the 4th of July and kind of creating a special 4th of July manicure with this polish. So I'm glad that I picked it up. Twinkle Lights is one of my favorite polishes that she's released so far. It's really unique with those semi-transparent glitters in there. The next 4 polishes that I picked up is part of her Valley Isle collection. These 4 polishes were all inspired by a recent vacation she took. I'm not really sure what the destination was. I want to say it was somewhere in the Caribbean. I know that there was definitely like volcanoes involved, but I can't really say exactly what the destination was. But it was pretty cool that she took inspiration from the colors that she saw on her recent trip to create these 4 polishes. So the first polish is called Coconut, and this is described as a yellow leaning off-white base with a gold shimmer. This polish was a little bit tricky to work with. You'll see in my live swatch that it was a little bit of a thicker polish, at least a thicker cream than I'm used to. I did 2 coats for the swatch, but then when I went to take the picture, I could still see a little bit of streaking still left on the nail. So I decided to do a 3rd coat, and it fully evened everything out. And this really is kind of like a milky coconutty color. It's not fully a white base, and the gold shimmer in this polish is really apparent on the nail when it dries. It's not so much apparent in my swatches and in my picture. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that, but this is a really pretty color. This is a really unique polish. I really haven't seen anything quite like this, and I like that that gold shimmer is really apparent. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to be apparent, but like I said, I was a little disappointed with the formula and with it taking 3 coats and being just a little bit streaky, but lighter colors are notorious for having difficult formulas. I actually was surprised that this was such a thick formula. I was worried that it was going to be too thin of a formula, so just be careful with this one. It is a little bit on the thicker side. So the next polish in the collection is called Trade Winds, and this is a blue jelly with holographic silver micro shreds, gold shimmer, blue shimmer, and color shifting flakies. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous polish. The flakies in here are really apparent on the nail. Now, one thing, this is meant to be a jelly, so it's going to be a little bit more of a sheer polish. So this did take 3 coats to be fully opaque. And you can still kind of see like the squishiness or the transparency of the polish. You can still kind of see your nail underneath a little bit, but it's just so saturated with all of these flakies and the shimmer in there that it distracts from being able to see down to your nail. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous polish. Like, in my opinion, it looks like water. Like when you're looking at water, that clear blue water, and the sun is kind of just shimmering or reflecting off of the water, that's what this reminds me of. Like all the little flakies on there is kind of the sun reflecting off of the water. So she did a really good job with this polish. It makes me think I'm near an ocean every time I put this polish on. I really like it. The next polish in the collection is called Volcanic, and this is a rusty red with copper and bronze shimmer. This polish has such a perfect formula in my opinion. It did take 2 coats to be fully opaque. It wasn't quite a 1 coater, but the coats were just so smooth and even. They dried really quickly, so I was able to get that second coat down pretty fast. The shimmer in here is also really, really apparent. That's one thing I worry about with polishes that have shimmer in it, is that you can normally see the shimmer in the bottle, but it doesn't quite transfer on the nail. This does transfer on the nail. And like I've said in my previous videos, I'm not normally a fan of red polish unless it has something else to it, like red and gold. I really do like red and gold together, but this red is, like the description says, it's kind of like a rusty red, so it leans a little bit more orange. It's more of a brighter red than, I have another polish in my collection that's also this red and gold shimmer combination, but it's more, it's like a darker red, so that would be nice for Christmas time. But I can see myself actually wearing this color in the summertime because it does actually look a little more orange with all of that gold shimmer in there. Another thing with this polish is that it didn't stain my nails. Now, I only have on this polish for a couple of minutes when I'm swatching, but I have an issue with red polishes and blue polishes normally staining my nail. And this one and Trade Winds, which was the blue polish that I talked about before this one, they didn't stain my nails. So beautiful formula, beautiful polish, and no staining. That's a win for me in the red category. So the last polish in the Valley Isle collection is called Black Cove, and this is a black jelly with holographic silver micro shreds, and it's those same holographic micro shreds from the polish Trade Winds. This is such a beautiful polish. I love black polishes with that holographic micro glitter in there, kind of like the one from Zoya. This doesn't just have holographic micro glitter in there. It like those shreds become really, really apparent. This almost kind of gives you that galaxy nail look. Normally when I think of galaxy nails, I think of kind of like a really dark bluish, almost black base. But when I put this on, it definitely reminds me of a Starry Night. That's exactly what this reminds me of. This is such a beautiful polish. The first coat was a little bit sheer. The second coat was still a little bit patchy. I would definitely say that if you wanted to get this opaque in 2 coats, to do 2 kind of thicker coats. I did end up doing 3 coats, but that's because my coats do tend to be a little bit on the thinner side. Another thing I would do if you didn't want to do 3 coats of this is I would put down a layer or a coat of a black polish as a base and then do 1 or 2 coats of this over top, and you're going to get that full opacity. But just a beautiful polish. I mean, there's really nothing much I can say about this polish. I really like that integration of the shards in here versus the traditional micro glitter that you would see in a black polish. It's so pretty. Now, the next 2 polishes that I picked up are from her polish of the month. She started doing a polish of the month in January of this year. And originally when she had done her polish of the month, you could only get the polish during that specific month. So by the end of the month, if you didn't get the polish, that polish would no longer be available for the next month. So January was only available in January, etc., etc. However, she's now opened it up to, she still does the polish of the month, but the polishes for that entire year are going to be available to the end of the year. So if you still want the January or the February polish, it'll be available until December 31st of the current year. So I picked up May and June because those are the months that I don't currently have right now. And May 2016 is described as an aqua blue holographic with holographic silver micro glitter. All I can say about these 2 polishes and most of her holographic polishes is that they have beautiful formulas. Both of these were opaque in 2 coats, and you'll see from my swatches, you pretty much can cover your entire nail in just one swipe. You really don't have to go back and forth too much with these polishes. Just one swipe and you have a clean and even coat. It's just shocking to me how beautiful of a formula this is, especially with all of that micro glitter in here. 90 Lacquer's holographic polishes are probably one of my favorite holographic polishes, and so far she's pretty much come out with every color of the rainbow, which is actually funny because she does have a Roy G. Biv collection, which is every color of the rainbow, and they're all holographic glitters with this exact formula. So if you're interested, pick up that collection. She did have a polish from her spring line that's called Let It Rain, and I just pulled it out just to compare the two. They are very, very similar in This is Let It Rain, and this is May 2016. Let It Rain is only slightly lighter than May 2016. There seems to be kind of like a silver shimmer throughout Let It Rain that doesn't make it look as holographic, but more shimmery. But if you already have Let It Rain in your collection, I would skip on May 2016 because they are pretty similar. The next polish that I picked up from her polish of the month is June 2016, and this is described as a light purple holographic with holographic silver micro glitter. And again, just like May 2016, this was fully opaque in 2 coats. It was so smooth. It was such a smooth and even application. Pretty much one swipe and you got a perfect coat. I really do like the formulas of these holographics. If you were interested in picking up a holographic polish, I would definitely look into 90 Lacquer. I do have another polish in my collection, again from the spring line that she released earlier this year, and it's called Iris, and I just pulled it out for comparison. This is Iris right here, and this is May 2016. So I don't know if you guys can tell, Iris is a little bit darker of a purple than June 2016. And again, Iris has a little bit more of that silver micro glitter in there, so it appears more of like a scattered holographic versus a linear holographic, but this one is slightly darker in color. So personally, for a nail polish collector like me, I would say get both of them because they are a little bit different of a polish versus May 2016 and Let It Rain are pretty much the same color. I would say you could definitely pick both of these up if you're a nail polish collector, but otherwise you can skip either or depending on which one you already have in your collection. So the last 2 polishes that I picked up are actually top coats, and it's Sparkle All of the Things and Sparkle All the Things Gold. These are pretty much just sparkly holographic toppers. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with China Glaze's Fairy Dust. It's pretty much the same thing. I picked it up because I picked up the silver one because I actually ran out of China Glaze's Fairy Dust, and I wanted to give this formula, I wanted to try out this formula. But I actually picked up Sparkle All the Things Gold for the manicure that I'm wearing today. I don't know if you guys saw my Zoya haul and review for their new Sunsets and Seashells collection, but I like wearing these type of toppers with textured polishes because the glitter just settles in with the texture and it just kind of gives a textured polish that extra little something and kind of gives like an extra dimension. And I wanted to pick up the gold version because a lot of the shimmer in the new Zoya collection is gold and Fairy Dust is silver. So I wanted to get a gold version of it. So that's why I picked up the gold version, and I'm loving this manicure. This is probably my favorite nail polish for the summer, and I pretty much, like I said in the video, I picked this up just to go with this manicure, and I love it. I love wearing these type of toppers, again, with any textured polish, especially the Zoya Pixie Dust. For my picture, I tried to show you guys what these toppers look like over OPI's Fearlessly Alice. So I alternated nails. In the picture, I did 2 nails with the gold and 2 nails with the silver topper. And then one nail had 2 coats versus another nail only had 1 coat of the silver topper, just so you guys can see that this isn't a very dense glitter topper. It's a it's like a dusting of shimmer pretty much on the nail. So you're not going to be able to get this fully opaque on its own. It's only really going to add that little bit of shimmer to it without really changing the color of the polish. That's why I really, really like these, because you can just add that hint of shimmer and really create a very delicate look, like add a delicate shimmer to any cream polish in your collection. So that's it for my 90 Lacquer haul, swatch, and review. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, 90 Lacquer is one of my favorite indie polish brands. I'll link everything down below in the description box. I would definitely recommend this nail polish line to anybody who's interested in maybe trying out a new indie brand. I 100% support this indie brand. Anyone who's interested in unique polishes, she does come out with very unique collections and very unique polishes. Or if you're even interested in purchasing a holographic polish, like I said, she pretty much has every color of the rainbow, including the actual colors of the rainbow. So please give this video a thumbs up if you guys like these type of videos and you want to see more hauls on this channel. Leave a comment down below if you've purchased anything from 90 Lacquer and what your favorite polish from her is. Please don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications every time I post a video. I am going to be trying to post 2 to 3 times a week during the next couple of months, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!